This time we're going to look at some exercises with the band. So you've got varying different strengths of the band. So it doesn't really matter. If you've got quite a light band, then what you can do is double it over to make it a little bit stronger. But if you've got a variety of them, then you'll pick the one that suits the exercise really. We're going to look at some simple things just now to look at working through the shoulders. You can do this exercise standing or kneeling. For the purpose of the video and getting me in shot, we're going to do this kneeling. But the nice thing about doing it kneeling is it actually switches on your glutes at the same time as well. So you've kind of got double whammy with what we're working with. So what you're going to do first of all is whichever band you've got, I would double it over and hold the band so that you are hip width apart. So put your hand down by your hips so your hands are just resting sort of on your hip bones there. Get yourself in a nice neutral position. So if you are kneeling, just switch on your glutes a little bit. So you're almost just pushing your hip bones forward and slide your shoulder blades down and back into your back pockets. And what we're going to do is as you breathe in, you're going to draw in with your lower abdominal muscles or your tummy button, just draw in to prepare. And as you breathe out, you're going to float your arms up, keeping your shoulder blades back and down all the way, and bring your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. And breathe in as you lower the arms back down again, nice and slowly. Now, at the same time as doing this, you're also sort of drawing your arms apart a little bit. Not to the point where you're trying to stretch the band, but you're going to create some tension in the band. And you'll notice that as you create that tension, you'll get a lot more connection going on through the upper core muscles, so around your shoulder girdle and upper ribs there. So we are drawing in to prepare. We are breathing in, and as you breathe out, you float your arms up nice and slowly, controlling your shoulder blades almost like a seesaw. So the further up your arms go, the further back and down your shoulder blades go. And breathe in as you come back down again, drawing the shoulder blades down at the same time. So breathe out as you come up. And breathe in as you come back down again. Okay, keep going with that. The other thing you're watching for is what happens with this part of the rib cage. So the tendency is as your arms go up, is your ribs try and follow you. Okay, but try and keep those ribs connected down so you've got the same distance between your pelvic bones here and the bottom ribs, so they're not flaring out to follow you. And just drawing up and then drawing back down again. Perfect. Okay. Next exercise, you are going to put the band in its single position. So for this one, you do want the band that you are able to stretch, okay? And it does all depend on how mobile your shoulders are. If you are relatively mobile, we're going to start with your hands hip width apart again. It's the same as that first exercise, so we're going to draw the arms up nice and gently, shoulders lay back and down. Once your arms are at the top, you're going to bend your elbows and come down into this position here. So you're drawing your shoulder blade down, it's really working through those shoulder blade muscles, and then arms come back up and lower back down again. Now, if you get to a position where you get to this point here, and as you draw your arms down, the band is coming to here, that's fine. Don't force your shoulders back, but equally, don't poke your head forward in order to get the band back. All you're going to do from that position is just work where you can. If it only comes down to here, that's fine. If you can get the band down behind your head without sticking your head forwards, then go for it. Okay? And do the whole exercise. So draw it up, bring your arms all the way down, come back up, but finish the exercise, come all the way down so we've got that shoulder mobility happening. Good. All the time you're thinking about that rib to hip connection so that your ribs are not coming out, okay? If you are kneeling, keep the glutes switched on the whole time. If you're standing, just think about the weight going through your feet so you're not going too far onto your toes or your heels. You've got that in-between balance point, okay? Last one. Perfect. Good. Okay, from there now, what we can do is hold the band in this position at the hips, and we're going to just draw the arms back and draw the arms back from here. So you're using your body as the point that's creating the resistance of the band. So we're coming from here and So to do these chariot pulls, as we would call them if we were doing them on the reformer. So up nice and tall, just have your hands here and then just draw your hands back and bring them, release them, draw them back and release them. You're going to feel your triceps kicking in, but we also want to feel these muscles in between your shoulder blades working as well. Okay, so you're just literally drawing back. You probably want quite a light band for this one, if you've got one. And release. Push back and release. Push back and release. Perfect. Couple more. Lovely. Okay, and release them there. So, what we can do now is pop you into this position. So you are onto the band. If you're standing, you just stand on the band, hold a little bit further up. You may only need to stand on it with one foot, depending how tall you are. And again, relatively light band you want for this one. All we're going to do is just lift up to the side and lower back down again. So it's about getting the shoulder girdle engaged. The aim of this exercise is not to do this, okay? If your band is too strong, you will do this or you will do this in order to lift up. So all you're going to do is just float the arm up and lower it back down again. Float it up and lower it down. Now watch that you don't start to bring the arm too far forwards. Keep it out to this sort of parallel with the rest of your body to lift up. Breathe out as you go up, and breathe in as it comes back down. Brilliant. Okay. If the muscle's starting to fatigue, take a rest as soon as you need to. You're probably looking at doing about a set of 8 to 10 of those, and then you can come on to the other side. So again, get yourself set up. That position, nice and aligned through the body, shoulders round into back pockets. You will notice a difference between your one side and the other because you're going to be obviously one hand more dominant, but not always necessary that the hand that's most dominant is your strongest, but usually. But let's see what happens. So as you bring the other arm up and then lower it back down. So again, keep that shoulder down. Make sure it doesn't start to lift, and it will start to as the muscles start to fatigue. So as soon as you start to feel that shoulder starting to sneak up with you, then you've done enough of that exercise. And it doesn't matter if you only get to 2 or 3, it's something to work on. Perfect. Good. So again, you'll do about a set of 8 to 10 of those. If you feel comfortable with that, and like I say, if the muscle feels a little bit too tight, then you stop there. Dumb weighted exercise. So most of you will practice this one, shoulders round into back pockets, opening the arms out and then drawing them in. It's another nice one to watch you don't flare through your ribs or overextend through your back. So the tendency again is to kind of do a little bit of that. So we want to keep yourself nice and upright, and it is just opening the arms. We create a little bit more tension by using the band, but again, it's quite important that it's quite a light band for this one. So as you open your arms out, keep shoulders back and down. Good. Palms are facing up, arms are drawing out. So breathe out to go out, and breathe in to come in. Do a few more of them, and again probably about a set of 8 to 10 of these, but again as soon as you feel that the muscles are starting to work, and you might feel a little bit in through your pectoral muscles and through the deltoids across here, or it might just be those muscles between your shoulder blades that are really starting to feel it, but all those muscles are correct when you're doing this exercise. Perfect. And then we're just going to lastly for this video look at a nice stretch. So go again to your double band. Okay, you're going to draw your arms all the way up to the top again. Now from here, we're going to go over to the side. Okay, and the nice thing about this is by having the band, that bottom arm, so my right arm there, can actually draw the left arm over, and I get much more of a stretch coming through. If you try this without the band and bring your arms up and come over to the side, you do get a bit of a stretch, but by putting that extra tension there, as you come over, that band just allows, it feels brilliant, just to stretch all the way through that rib area, all the way through your side, and then come back up to the top. And we go off down to the other side. breathe in and then release off. So as you're doing those stretches, at least 10 seconds, ideally 20 to 30 as you're going to hold, as you hold that stretch. All those exercises have been focused around your shoulder. This is assuming that you have got good shoulder mobility and you haven't got any aches and pains. If you have got aches and pains, then just take it to the level that you can, that you feel comfortable with, or give us a shout out, and we can give you some more advice on which ones will be the best ones to work with for you. Okay.